welcome back to the Predator Retrospective. I am the podcaster in the tree, Trasdale, and I'm joined by...
The Berserker, Kirklin Patzer.
The 7-season survivor, Jessica.
Over here, Taylor Field.
Help. Help. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about Predators. So you can go back. We have done a retro for Predator, Predator 2, and then obviously this one. And then next week will be the re-release of The Predator. So we're not going to retrospective that. You guys know the rules. We don't do movies within 5 years or ones we've done recently. And what, that came out 2008? I guess it's getting close.
2018.
2008.
Sorry, 2018, right? The Predator, I think.
Yeah,
so I guess we're getting
2018.
close, but nah, it's still 4 years. So and plus, I don't need to retro that movie again. But
Nah.
we'll re-release our review. It's tons of fun on that one, and then we'll be reviewing Prey, which is coming up soon, August 5th. And then, and then after that, there's Lord of the Rings retrospectives happening right now. So lots of retros happening, tons of news, variety of many other things. I think this is dropping this week, so you can go back and check out our Comic-Con coverage. The Comic-Con Marvel panel was our biggest day ever, surpassing the Batman this year. And that's a big landmark because we've never had a news day do that. It's always been a review. It's always been Spidey, Endgame, this or that. But Batman's been taken down, and but it was a very good day, fun day. And tons. We got a Megamind retrospective happening. We got tons of things happening. Jessica, I saw your hand up.
I just want to, before while we're talking about Prey, when I went to find this movie, Predators, and I searched it on Disney Plus, Prey came up, and I was like, I thought I was one of those people that like Disney Plus glitched, and I got to watch it, but I clicked on it.
I'd be
and
over it fucking ASAP.
I opened it and it just said trailer. I was like, here I was thinking I was going to be one of those people that got something early.
It's exciting.
Internet.
So was it? I guess exciting for a little bit, but then it's disappointment.
It's true. And the disappointment was, I don't know. I
But
don't know
are
if
you,
it was
like,
higher
itching
than
to
the
see
excitement.
Are you like itching to see Prey though? Or was it like one of those things like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever? Invite a bunch of people over. Let's watch Prey,
No,
guys.
It was more like, this
To
is
rub
kind
it
of
into
this
his
is pretty
face.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I don't know if I would have invited Taylor over because I probably would have just started watching it in case they cut it. Like that happened
Sure.
with Justice
okay,
League.
we can
Fair.
rewind it.
That
Rewind
did happen with
it and go to the
Justice League.
beginning.
I forgot about that. That it went live for under what was it under Tom and Jerry, right?
That's
It was-
right.
Yeah.
But
now it makes
They
sense.
cut it
'cause-
and they didn't get to finish it, wasn't it?
Mhm. That was
People-
true.
yeah.
Yeah, people didn't get to finish it, but still they got to see that first like hour and a half and stuff thanks to Tom and Jerry. But no Tom and Jerry this time. But I feel where can they find everything we got going on right now?
Ladies and gentlemen, you can find us with your internet connection in the search bar. GeekVerse.ca is our home base. GeekVerseCast our Twitter, and GeekVerse on our Facebook.
There you go, Kirklin. Get those fingers ready, and you can go down below and find everything in the links. Oh, a little early. He beat me to, but that's fine. You keep that up the whole time. Links says everything: our audio, our video, how to subscribe, our Discord, our separate feeds, our podcast network, which pretty much now has like a show a day, multiple shows a day right now. Go check out Star Wars Alliance. They're just those bastards over there. Good for Katie and Clay. They got review copies of a bunch of books and stuff like that. So they're getting those nice early reviews out there. So go check those out. And then, yes, Patreon, as you can see down below for the video people. That's the best way to subscribe us or to support us because not only do you get ad-free episodes, early episodes, exclusive details, not only do you get 3 exclusive shows, depending the tier you're on, it supports us. So the more you support us, the more content you get. That's why you should look at you can't look because it's our calendar. But if you were to see our calendar, like literally next month I'm off and I announced, Travis told you so, or just Travis told you, starting August 1st, 3 p.m. every Monday, Thursday. Look out for it. I podcast, I think, like 45 times next month. So, and that's all because of you guys, gals, and everyone in between. Because the more you guys are putting it in there, the more we can make time to do these. And as you can see, we're just popping off with the retros. And you can join the highest tier and pick a movie to review, or pick a movie for us to review. And a big shout out to the producers, Aaron Brain, April Darkness, Smalley Biggs, and Joshua Wright. Very nice, Kirkland. That's some nice news work right there. I like
Oh
it.
yeah, thank you. Thank you.
And you know what?
Been
Know what else? Know what I also like is not having a bunch of pubes on my balls right now because Manscaped, you can go over and use manscaped.com, get 20% and free worldwide shipping using that code GVPOD. Tons and tons of content as for like products. I guess their content's us and we're getting about tons of products. trimmers, shavers, colognes, lip balms, the actual like razors, which is just the best. Like I'm nice, clean shaven, all because of the plow right now. So lots of good things. So yes, go over there and do that. So.
Taylor is so into Manscaped that he's promoting it in the personal GV chat.
Oh yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
only saving grace I have at work. It's
I used the code today, Taylor. Yeah.
Did you
He
really?
just stands up and he's like, "Look," at work. He's like, "All you are sweating your balls off, not me." And he's putting on his cologne and stuff like that. And
Sure,
please.
and the good thing is, you get great product. But if you support our sponsors, you're supporting us as well. So yeah. You said you used the code today, Kirklin?
I was joking. I already
Oh.
have some products, but no, it was implying Taylor has his own separate
Wow,
code or
I
something that
trusted
he was pitching in the group chat, but alas, take us away to Predators.
Well,
Where do you wanna start?
at least he's pitching cleanly. Well, speaking of some people that need some protection, these people on this planet, let me tell you. So you know what? It's our first time having Jessica on the Predator Retrospective, and you said specifically, because I'm like, you talked about being predators. I'm like, every time I think Predator Alien gets brought up, you have no interest in it, and you're like, oh, you're bugging Taylor saying something about it and stuff like that, but you specifically wanted to be on this one. So I'm going to let you lead off of why did you want to be in this one, and when was the first time you saw it, and what do you feel about now in 2022?
So, yeah, my interest in being on this one is I have really fond memories of this movie. I've never seen Predator. I've never seen Predator 2. I watched this one not in theaters, but when it came out, I guess, to DVD at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I only watched The Predator for the podcast, and I probably will not see Prey in theaters, just if I'm getting a babysitter,
Were
it's
you
for
on-
something else.
Lucky
you-
for you, it's not in theaters.
Oh, is it straight to Disney Plus?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, maybe I'll hop on the review for that then.
You weren't on the Predator review.
Was I not?
No.
I saw it in theaters.
I don't know
So-
why you saw it.
I don't
Because
know.
she just loves to support the franchise.
Yeah.
That's why.
Maybe there was nothing else out. Who knows?
Fair enough. But continue
Uh,
on.
So, yeah, I remember really enjoying this. I'm wondering, just looking at years, I might have watched AVP, and then I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, yeah, this is cool, and then watched this one. And I've never seen a single Alien movie besides AVP, so my whole thing in this universe is limited to AVP, this, and the Predator.
That's quite the canon.
Yeah, it's a fun little world I'm living in here. Just all the prime choices.
Yeah, you're watching the best ones of the series, the highest rated ones.
I mean, it can only go up from there. Although
You know
AVP
what?
is awesome.
Hey, I liked AVP. And you know what? I liked this movie when it first came out. And while I do have some problems with it, I still did enjoy it. I still had a fun time watching it. Travis looks extremely disappointed in that comment, but I digress. It's definitely got some problems with how it's aged. There are definitely some comments and some things that are said that are like, the different time 12 years ago. But overall, it was a fun watch. I'm glad that I did rewatch it for this because I wouldn't have gone back to rewatch it otherwise. It would have just sat in my memory as a fun, happy movie that I really enjoyed. Overall, yeah, I'm excited to hear what you guys think. Just being the fact that let's hashtag behind the scenes. I haven't listened to either of your guys' other Predator retros because I had no reason to because I don't plan on watching them.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
Kirkland Patzer.
Yeah, funny enough, I feel like this movie's kind of similar to Jessica, where I didn't see it in theaters. I feel like I didn't really even know this was out. This was definitely pre-podcast days when I like really wasn't in the now on movies and stuff. And then all of a sudden, my dad just had some movies out, and then it was like, oh look, Predators. What's so funny, Mr. Chuckles?
He and Taylor are planning a podcast, and he screwed up the dates, and he's like, oh, don't worry.
Fucking, it's too late. He goes against me every time.
He's like, oh, don't worry, we can figure out a plan. And I just dropped the Michael Jackson, it's too late gif, and it gets us
Fucking
every
gets
time.
me every time.
Continue.
Sorry,
I'm
Kirkland.
sorry.
Oh,
I had to
thanks,
because
guys.
I was annoyed with him because he double booked him. So I was like, you bastard.
Oh, okay. A little BTS there behind the scenes. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so this movie was out, and then I watched it, and I I remember really liking it. I definitely like misremembered certain moments that happened overall in this movie. But all in all, I think it was a fun time.
Why
I'll
are
just
you
put
laughing? I'm
Travis
not
in
laughing
the,
anymore.
I'll put him in the
Just a
waiting room.
GIF. Kick me out. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, I don't want to kick you. I don't want to
Okay,
kick you. but I don't
Predators.
have to.
I'm in.
Yes, Predators. But honestly, this movie's fun. I completely forgot like some of the cast that was actually in this movie. I feel like majority of them are people that I've seen in other things before.
Because you didn't know who Mahershala Ali was in 2010. He was just some guy.
Exactly. No, exactly him. I forgot Eric Foreman. Topher Grace was in this. Yeah, but all in all, I feel like this was still a fun watch. I feel like without getting into too much, it really knew what it was trying to do like from the get-go. So it wasn't trying to have this like elaborate plan on why we're getting like a Predator to New York City or LA or something like that. It was just, let's just put them in a hunting ground, and that was I think that was just really fun. So yeah, I'll pass it along there. This is only my second time watching it, and fortunately for me, it was still a good time.
Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I had seen this movie when it came out in 2010. I was excited by the prospect of it because I'll be excited for the retros. I remember not liking the Alien vs. Predator movies. I remember thinking they were pretty bad, so I was happy to have some new blood going in there. I like Robert Rodriguez. Obviously, he didn't direct this, but he produced it, and I think he had he wasn't credited, but he talked about the script before, so it was a hands-on producing project. So, and that was a time where I really liked him before he introduced Boba Fett into my life. But anyways, that's another story. No, Robert Rodriguez is still a great director with certain things. Yeah, it's a stacked cast. No, I liked it back then, and I still really like it now. I don't judge a book by its cover, Jessica. You might have thought I was laughing at that. No, I still, like Kirklin said, it's a simple. I think it's kind of like when we did the Jurassic Park retro, and I said there's only two things you can do with that. You can do the first Jurassic Park, and then Jurassic World. Try to open up the park, it fails, and then we open up the park, and then it fails again. Where this is like, okay, there's only so which we're gonna get with Prey, but there's only, in my opinion, and we'll see because Prey's getting lots of good reviews, but so far I feel like there's only so much you can do with Predator versus a guy, right? And I feel like I like Predator 2 for what it is, but that's definitely because it's just very cheesy and over the top. The Predator, not a good movie. So this was a fun idea this is them training. We're going to put them all, these elite hunters, which some of them, you want to say elite. I don't know about that. There's some people where it's just like, I don't know if I buy the guy from the Yakuza as like an elite hunter. Like, true, we'll get to like, he does some damage on, but some of these people are a little questionable of like around the world this is the best, but maybe. So I think it's a different type of slice of life. It reminds me very, very, very similar to Saw 2, where a bunch of people wake up and they're criminals and they're like, what do you do? Where are you from? And I had major flashbacks to that. So, no, I still like it. I like the world. I like the concepts they introduce. It is a lower budget movie. I think you can feel that at times, especially the opening shot of this movie with Adrian Brody falling through the sky. My God, it does not look good at all. It looks very bad. I wish he just woke up on the ground. And there's a few things like the dogs and stuff like that, but that's fine. I kind of give it a pass because it is lower. But it's an enjoyable adventure. Yeah, there's definitely some things in here, specifically Walton Goggins' character, that does not age well. Yes, he was playing a criminal, but at the same time, it's like because they play these things for comedic effect, that's where it's like, oh. And all these Predator movies don't age well. And I even remember when we reviewed the Predator in 2018. Like even in the current day, it's just like a very macho franchise, but now it's just like things about machoism have been shown to not be good, and there's like the toxic side of that. So I still enjoy this movie quite a bit. I had a fun time with it. I don't watch it like regularly, but next time I will watch it again in my life, and I enjoy everything for the most part, but I have some cons here and there. So Taylorfield.
Yeah, so for me, it's tough because this might be my favorite Predator movie. More so than the original, just because I love how it tributes to the original, and I love how much it builds off of the universe. And again, I can't wait to get into that when we get into like more of the spoiler, like talking about the plot and everything, because there's one scene that is probably one of my all-time favorite scenes of all time, like just in cinema. It's just absolutely incredible. Now, I did get to see this in theaters. I remember when I found I was on a super big kick in grade 10,
Taylor,
And,
was
oh,
this the scene you were talking
I
about?
know. I saw you fucking put it in there. God damn. Oh my god, that's the GIF. Everyone that's watching, God, it fucking gets me every time though. So when I was in grade 10 at the time, and this movie was coming out, and I found on the internet the posts and stuff because they were super cryptic about it. They released a game on the Apple Store for it. I put it on my iPhone at the time. It was fucking awesome.
Okay, I had that
And
game actually.
you know the game I'm
yeah,
talking
because
about?
you would play as the Predator, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that one
weapons and
that one
stuff.
slapped. That one was so good. They should
was
still have it.
awesome.
No
For a
one cut
mobile
that out of
game.
context, please.
Oh, it was so good for a mobile game. But yeah, so they started dropping all these cryptic things, like learn about like the history of like what's their real like MOs, all these characters and stuff. I got so excited that I'm gonna share some personal stuff here with you guys if you're watching the video thing. I cut out obviously like the personal parts, but on my Facebook, I actually shared these back in the day.
Holy God, what are you showing me? Come on!
I got
That was
so
amazing.
Had
jazzed.
to.
I actually posted and created an album for Predators and put all the photos in there. I was like, oh, this is just so cool. And I commented
Did you
like,
like
yeah,
your own post?
I did.
Fuck.
You're
did.
the only
How
one
many
it
likes?
looks like.
Yeah, how many?
Yeah, just one. I'm the only
How many
comment
likes does he
too.
got?
I was so stoked on this movie. But yeah, Predators movie coming out, release date July 7th, 2010. And then that white thing you see at the bottom there, that thing, I actually screenshot it, and I took the time in grade 10 to work on this. This is what I did. I actually did this and put this in my album. Type this in to go to the website to watch Predators trailer.
Filey.
I don't know if this link, is obviously completely sus.
Is that supposed to say finally?
Oh, it's supposed to for sure.
Feely. Feely.
Oh my
I have
god.
no
Sound like
idea
a
if the
hobbit
website
over there.
still works,
My wee
but,
gat, my wee lad Feely.
Oh,
But yeah,
that's amazing, Taylor. Thanks for
that's
sharing.
a little history there from yours truly.
Have
yeah.
you tried to go to the website?
No.
You should go to right now. Screen share and go to right now.
Okay, I'll go to it right now. I need
It's
to
just
see
a
the
bunch of
link, though.
nudes of Taylor. It's like here with the Predator mask and then butt ass naked. Rock hard.
That's on our OnlyFans.
Holding the Zoa.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute.
What?
recent-
Oh, we got
Also,
you.
what's the one comment?
Was it just him
That
showing
was
more
me.
photos?
That was me, and I said like, "Oh, this is so cool. Can't wait."
This is a sad look at Taylor's life there.
Okay, hang on.
Thanks
Just
for
give me 2
sharing.
seconds. I gotta open up the little thingy here.
At that
Okay.
point, Taylor's parents were looking at him, just being like, "It's too late."
it's too late.
Okay, so Taylor's searching up here. Well, we're gonna take our first ad break, and then when we're back, we'll see what the results of Taylor's search are, and then we're gonna get in the spoilers of this movie. So we'll be right back. And we are back.
We're gonna have that GIF come up so many fucking times, aren't we?
Oh yeah,
That's right.
100%. So
You do
looking like
filing?
this
Like the website doesn't work anymore.
Are
makes
you
sense.
spelling it wrong?
Yeah,
but,
are
like,
you actually
right
spelling it
but wrong?
finally? Yeah.
Sci-fi,
Yeah.
cool.
I-
Oh, I
I-
did spell that even worse. Oh my god.
Feely. my wee lad Feely. No, I think it'd be
Finally.
shut down. So
Yeah, that website is
That's
gone.
unfortunate.
well, Taylor, you said you couldn't wait to get into when we were talking about spoilers. But before you get into it, because I will throw to you, I have to start with this movie. I feel like had a very early place in our hearts in the GeekVerse podcast because I remember Kirklin's last cast, which didn't last that long, but when we thought he wasn't come back when he lied, we did our top 10 fictional favorite characters. And I remember you shocked the world. You have you can go find that list on YouTube somewhere, everybody, but you have a very shocking list in general. But no shocking entry more than the character from this movie. Now, it's not Royce. It's not one of the other killers. It's not one of the predators with the names hunting. It is literally Predator in the Tree. And Predator in the Tree, that's what it listed was, Predator in the Tree, hence my nickname. And and Taylor would talk about, and we gave him credit, like, you don't even know this character's name. But this is the one. Finally got to rewatch this and the favorite characters. Do you still stand by that, Taylor?
I would still stand by it.
Wow.
I watched. So when I watched Predators, I watched it a couple weeks ago because I couldn't maintain my excitement. I had to get into it, and this is a movie where I'll always just, if I'm just kicking around, I'll go on YouTube and I'll just watch scenes with the Predator, and I just like, fuck, this is so good. And the main, not the main hunting predator, but one of the
Come look at this.
the predator that's been tied up and is just like on the totem. Fuck, it's so cool when he gets cut, when Royce just shows up, cuts him down, and then you get that OG Predator theme that's like remixed, and it's like oh, holy fuck, it's just remixing, and the Predator is just like grabs Royce, like looking at his skull, drops him, and then, man, this is just what I fucking love. The remix kicks in hard, and it's like do 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 do, and he's like slow mo putting his helmet on. He puts it on, and then like the electricity fizzles over his body. I'm like, oh, this is so fucking good. And then he activates his gauntlet, and then he I love the scene so much where Earth appears, and you just see like the smile on Royce. That's a big kicker for me, is when you can see like an alien species that's kind of like befriending like a human, and then they have that bond. That's why I like Alien versus Predator so much, because they have that dynamic in there. But just to see this scene here, and then the music's still kicking in, and then it immediately cuts. He hits the button to activate the ship. Oh, I'm just fucking losing my mind right now in the living room. And then the Berserker comes in, and then the Predator steps in front of Royce. Oh, that's one of the greatest scenes of all time I've ever seen in a movie. It's so perfect.
I love it.
Gotta say though, the lead into that scene when he just like straight falls from the fish.
Oh yeah, that's
just
a
like a prick.
Why didn't you
ton of
catch me?
shit. Yeah,
That's why he grabbed Royce.
Yeah. If you cut me, you'll catch me, right? Yeah. Yeah. Where do we want to go as far as let's start with our gang. I have nothing more to say on the Predator tree other than Jessica said what I was going to say. The guy fell, and I will say I think they were smart, because now I can't remember this. You guys probably, I guarantee it happens. In AVP, do two Predators fight at any point?
In AVP?
Either
think so.
I
one.
don't think so.
So yeah, because I've
Negative.
seen them,
Alien
but I think
versus Predator, not
yeah,
Predator
but
versus
sometimes
Predator.
there might be like
P&P.
the enemy is my friend or something like that.
They
you
say
know,
that,
so-
but that's the alien. That's the
That's to
enemy.
the
Yeah.
human.
Well, there you go. so anyways, I think that was smart of them, for they got a planet full of predators. Let's have them fight, because that doesn't happen. It happens a little bit now in The Predator that we got, but that was a very small version of this big one fuck one up. At this point, we had not got two predators fighting and stuff. So I think that was smart to do. I don't think it's like the greatest fight scene, because there's lots of just the guy like rolling around, falling over trees and everything. But I think it's fun enough to be like, okay, cool, I'm seeing two predators fight right now. Taylor, I have to ask you, what is your theory for why that predator's in that tree? I feel like you've thought about this for ages,
It's like a humiliation thing.
But why they humiliate him? Like,
They're
what
hazing
happened?
him. He's a freshman.
Well, I mean, the rivalry that exists between the two clans, basically. You have the ones that are a little bit more. My knowledge on this Berserker Predators is a little wacky, but they're just much more into doing their own thing and aggressive and not following the code and the ethics and the honor that the main Yautja really stand for. So, yeah, Travis loves that word, Yautja.
The
He just learned
Yautja.
about that.
Yeah,
Isn't that what Fishburne was talking about? That there's
He
just the
hints
two
at it.
different species, and that there's the bigger, stronger ones, and then the other smaller ones. So, and he talks more about it. I don't remember what he says exactly, but he says that basically they're in competition.
Basically, for the reasons why this predator is on totem, it could range to a whole bunch of different things. I take it as it's literally just humiliation. Just this hunter that's supposed to be a killing machine and top of the food chain is just left here just to hang there and can't do a single thing about it, and humiliation. Or he could have been exiled by his own clan and dispatched here, and this is again just like, I don't know, purgatory before hell or something like that. I don't know.
he didn't get his hero moment because he still lost that fight too against.
He
the
did, but
guy.
after being hung there for so long, he put up a good fight. And
That's
it's-
true.
It's just the way it goes for predators. I'm longing for the day that a predator actually survives to the end of the movie and doesn't get beheaded or killed or nuked or something like that.
It's a hard life, man. They're
It's a
kill or,
hard
or
life.
be killed, and
They're
I
always
feel like
killed.
they don't want to kick their shoes up and have like a leisurely death. I'm sure they want to die in the heat of battle.
They have to. Yeah, that's how they get to Valhalla.
Oh boy, Taylor, you'll be happy to know that one that does kill the predator in the tree, like the I don't know,
Mr.
the-
Black.
That's his name, Mr. Black.
Mm-hmm.
Why is his name Mr. Black?
I don't know.
You just gave him that right now, just Mr. Black.
It's on my action figure up there. Of him.
That was the version of my Halloween costume I bought a long time ago.
You dressed as a predator for Halloween?
I did. Well, I actually bought it.
Predator.
Yeah, I bought it for a spoof film, and I think I've told the story before. Where the costume online looked fucking badass, and when I got it in person, it was not that at all. It looked like trash. Never got to use it, but man, it was fucking awful. But alas, let's talk about our gang of misfits here. Kirklin, I'll lead you away. Who do you want to start talking about first here in this adventure? Because yeah, they all get put down there just to set it up. If you've never seen it, but they're all falling from the sky. They all meet up each other. They all don't trust each other, and they all realize, oh, we're here for one reason. It's to be hunted, and that's why they have to work together. Because if they don't, they'll die and not survive this mission. So, what do you think about our gang of characters? Anyone in particular?
Yeah, I mean, I can start with the head honcho, Adrian Brody himself. I remember, I mean, I've always liked Adrian Brody. I think the first thing I saw him in was King Kong.
Oh yeah.
And Shay and I just recently powered through Peaky Blinders, and he actually appeared as a villain in that, and he was really good. The cast is insane in that show.
Like, everyone's in this show.
Yeah.
Anya
God
Taylor
damn.
Joy popped off in season 5 and 6. That show was stellar, and Cillian Murphy. Oh my gosh, I am so excited for Oppenheimer. He is fantastic.
Is it fully done now? Like last episode is aired?
Yeah, I think they.
Is it? I thought they still
yeah.
had a little more.
Well, that's what I've heard. They're only doing 6 seasons, but I heard they're also doing a movie and then possibly like a spin-off series off of that movie. And I think Cillian Murphy and like the other main guy signed on, so it's like why not just do more seasons? But alas.
So I can binge it now though. That's my main question.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's yeah, I'd say so.
It's done.
We just so.
Did you get the Oppenheimer trailer when you
I did.
saw? Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, that was a whole bunch
Yeah.
of nothing. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, it was a lot of
Fuck.
explosion.
These motherfuckers released this movie in summer, thinking it's gonna be a hit. Oh my god, Nolan, what are you doing?
It's gonna be
Anyway.
hot.
Anyways, continue.
But alas, in Predators. So yeah, Adrian Brody, he's fantastic. And I remember the first time I watched this movie, I was just like, man, what a great protagonist. He's like an Aragorn to me, you know, like he's just a great leader. And then in this movie, he's really just like kind of on his own. And like I get it, he's just like he doesn't really care about these people. But like in my memory, I saw him as like leading the Fellowship through these predator-filled jungles, you know, to like. We're all gonna make it through this. That was not the case at all. So that was kind of an eye-opening moment. He kind of
He'll
just
leave you
left
dead
them.
any moment. Yeah.
I get it. He came back at the end for his hero redemption part, but I don't know.
He's a burden.
I feel like I remembered him being a lot more human than what he actually is in this, because I feel like he's just kind of like that trained killer that says like cool lines at certain moments. So personally, for me, I felt like his overall character was lesser than what I remembered. What about you guys? Adrian Brody, Royce.
Jessica.
So I have made it abundantly clear in at least our chats. I really love Adrian Brody. I was trying to hint at some kind of splice to retro today. I don't think it's happening.
That's what that hint was?
I was trying to get there. But yeah, that was kind of the vibe I got, that no one wanted to do it. So I was like, I won't go there. Yeah, I definitely. So there was kind of 2 things I remembered going into this, and one was that he was super like mysterious, and that Topher Grace had some kind of twist. I couldn't remember exactly any of those details, but that was kind of the 2 things I remembered. And I guess it kind of works that he was mysterious. He's very keeps to himself, doesn't want to give any information about himself. I don't know that I necessarily agree with the whole he's not human thing. I think he's just got a very high survival instinct for how to move forward in a way that's just kind of self-centered. I wouldn't say inhuman, though, especially when you compare it to some of the other characters and comments that they make.
That's fair. Yeah. It's all relative. So if you're comparing it to
I still
Walton
put
Goggins' character.
Yeah, I still put him in the inhuman category though, because even then you got the reversal of Walton Goggins. Yeah, he's a piece of shit, but then when Ali dies, he like is remorseful about that. Where Royce is like, "Fuck him, I don't care. He was slowing us down. Like he died for us." So I think they're all. I think that's the point of the story, that he is on that other side, but at the end he turns around. I do think he is that way for most of this movie, because he doesn't care about anybody until he cares about Isabel to an extent. But like again, it's just one person he cares about now. You know, it's a little late. All those people are dead now. So he's not really, he's just trained to worry about himself, which I guess it depends what you value in life. If you value survival, then that's the most human thing you could do. But I think he's definitely in that category of being inhumane as far as not wanting to help anybody. He used the whole team as bait. He was ready for the whole team to die half an hour into this movie. And he's like, oh, I just wanted to see what they would do.
He's got
But-
no attachment to them.
No, I know.
right?
Yeah, but at the same time, do you not have attachment to just other people? If you were to see someone on the ground bleeding, would you just walk right by them?
True, but I
If
think
you hear
that's-
me
that's
just
the
crouched
thing.
over Taylor.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We have
He's alone.
pre-existing.
No, I
evil.
didn't say that. I didn't say me on the street. I said a person on the street. I feel like you would
I
help.
did.
That's
Taylor,
the-
you better
that's the
be an
kicker.
easy answer.
Exactly.
I would, and I think that's where
Beautiful.
Predator would take advantage of me. He'd be able to kill
See,
me. The thing with
but the-
Royce, though, is
What if
like
what if we're all together though and someone's there crying and he goes, yeah, I wouldn't go to him because they injured him, and as soon as you go to help him, they're going to kill you. I know that because I did it.
Yeah, that's fine. But then there's ones where, like I said, he used them all as a trap. You can't justify that. He used all 6 people just
No,
to
I
see what
think
the
I could-
Predator would do.
that's strictly because even
And if
he
they all got
says
their
it,
heads
like,
cut off, you're like, oh, fuck,
he
whatever.
makes that case as well to Isabella when he says, like, you kill for a country, so you don't have to admit that you like it. Like, he's inferring all these things throughout the movie that he kills because he enjoys it. He
Yeah.
doesn't give a shit about human life.
He's not a good guy.
He is a predator, basically. And he's not a good guy, so I think it fits with him just being a scumbag. He's going to sacrifice if someone gets killed. He's going to put their lives on the line to see what happens. And it's horrible to put their lives on the line, but it worked because he was able to figure out a whole crap load about them, right?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone
100%.
else in that group is playing checkers and he's playing chess.
Ooh.
Yeah, but that doesn't make him that doesn't make him not inhumane. Like that, he's using them all as pawns then, and that to me is just like that's to me the point of the story where that's why he comes back. He's supposed to be the shitty guy. He's like what Kirklin say when he remembers as a hero. He's the anti-hero, and obviously you haven't watched Predator, but like he's the exact opposite of Arnold, who Arnold the whole time is trying to save his team. Right? He is the leader. He saves he meets that one random prisoner girl. He's like, we're gonna make sure she gets out of here. Where this guy's like, fuck them all. I think that was smarter of them to do that. I hate when they rip off Arnold's line at the end of "Do it, kill me now." It was so lame. I wish, like, I hate if this was a remake, then fine, you can do that. But this is this is a sequel to that, so I hate that. Like, why is he saying the exact same thing Arnold said? Like,
He's like
to a
300
T.
pounds lesser than Arnold too. It doesn't hit
I
as
know.
hard.
And like Adrian Brody, he doesn't even look like this is these times too. But like, he didn't even look like he did work out for us. So they just look like they oiled him up because like he doesn't really have much. Like he has some abs, but they're like skinny abs. His arms, there's no definition to him, and they're like trying to make him look like this muscly
He's
guy.
a
And
good
he's like-
runner, though. He had
Yeah,
to
he's,
run
he's
a lot.
fat. Remember,
Long
I'm
distance
fast. I'm
runner.
fast. But like at the end, I hated when he did all of Arnold's line because it's just like there's no reason for him to be doing all of this. But that's to me was the point as far as if you're comparing it to the first one, Arnold's the exact opposite. He's trying to save people. He even tries to save people that that betrayed him, and this guy's not. And this guy will do anything. And like Taylor said, I think he's likes that, enjoys it. But I think that's why at the end of the movie, it finally weighs on of okay, I'm no better than these monsters if I don't go back and try and save these two people. Obviously, Topher Grace is not worth saving when he gets there, but he didn't know that at the time.
Honestly, I feel like Adrian Brody's character is more, like, what's the word I'm looking for? More relatable. Honestly,
Yeah, so we're all
she's leaving
trapped
us.
somewhere.
She's
Yeah,
leaving
yeah.
us.
So
She's
Jessica,
leaving us.
we're not letting Jessica lead the team. She can, yeah. The
Well-
sociopath relatable. I don't know about that one.
I mean, maybe it's just because I am weak and not trained in shooting guns, but you know, if someone is about to be killed, I'm like, I can't help you. I'm not going to be any faster or stronger than you are, or better aiming. You know?
But that's different
In
because
that
you're not
sense.
yeah, but you're not this like. This guy's
He's
highly
fast.
trained. Yeah, he's fast. He's highly trained. He's smart. He has the skills to help people potentially survive, and he doesn't. You know, till the very end he does. But there's a, or even then it's not even that. It's just that he shows no remorse for the people. You know, that's where it's like,
Yeah, I guess I'd be sad that I had to walk away from the guy in the field that's dying, you know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go save him, so I'm no better in that sense. But I would be like, well, this kind of sucks, but, you know.
and
I'd
all of them are
stand there-
cowards
Sit there
too.
and dying. I'm happy.
All of them
at
are
least she
ki-
feels bad.
Yeah, but all of them are cowards too. They walk away and have Isabel shoot him. You know, like at least she had the idea, like shoot the guy and put him out of his misery. So they're all cowardly.
The only
people.
Why
one
did she
night-
shoot him in the back, though? Like, at least shoot him in the head.
I thought it was
Shot
in
him
the
in the
heart.
heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on though. I feel like
I think a sniper rifle to the heart's gonna kill you. Like I don't want to search that on Google because the Canadian government might be all over me. But I think a sniper rifle to the heart, I think it's gonna liquefy your heart really fast.
Obviously it didn't.
The
He was
only
so
two,
awful.
wow,
No,
he was dead
no,
already.
he was dead.
Pre-existingly. So the only two people I would
No.
put like
Yes.
with a consciousness into.
You didn't know he was
setting-
dead there, Jessica?
I said I know.
Oh,
not
I thought you
no.
said no, like you're trying to fight. It's like no, he's dead. The predators. Yeah.
The only two people with a consciousness that I would attribute to in this film would be Nikolai and then Isabella, because again, they were the two soldiers
Yeah.
fighting for their country, right?
And they make
Everyone
it
else
seem like
is-
Topher Grace has that, but he really doesn't. You know, I love that twist with that character that he seems like the nice guy. And when you watch the first time, I feel like he's the doctor in Dr. Dodgeball because like, okay, all these people are not criminals, but maybe done some shady things, but at least they're just assassins, killers, criminals, all those things. And then he has nothing, right? He has kids, he's a surgeon. So I always, when I watched the first time, I took it as, okay, he's the doctor. He's there like, okay, this guy's going to help you out if you're hurt at all. But really he's there because, again, do I think the Predator is watching like a Dexter Morgan and he's going to like kidnap him? No, I think that like some of these are stretches of like, what, they've been following him for weeks and find his like secret killings. Like, no, like you're telling me the
wouldn't put it out
Predator's...
of
He's
place.
taken
I-
out a couple predators himself. He sneaks up to them.
No,
There's
I
probably a
would...
predator in a ship that just watches and like standby because it's the whole thing.
the
Like, they're
tree guy,
observing.
that's what his job
A
was.
tree guy, yeah. And then they pluck him out and just drop on the planet for the main hunters to go in.
I just don't view him as like an elite killer. You know, that's the thing where it's just like I don't think it would be the worst Predator time because even Topher Grace is like, I'm one of you. There's multiple of these killers that go toe to toe, hurt the Predators, take them out. Topher Grace doesn't do that at all. We didn't even get to see him use his smarts on a Predator. Sure, he takes out Isabel for a second, but like he's useless fighting a Predator. So that's where it's like, okay, this guy, and even Walton Goggins to me is a stretch as like a elite hunter the Predator would want to go against. As what we've seen in the other movies, yeah, I don't see it as far as, yeah, these guys are the ones, you know.
Well, I do want to say though, because even Fishburne says he's been there for the 7 seasons, and each season say they drop 7 people. You know, at some point they got to start spreading out who they're picking and who they're dropping. They can't just do mercs every single time. It's boring. It doesn't give them any change of skill or any type of thrill at some degree.
It's just what they've done for.
Unexpectedness, because like he brought in like America's Most Wanted guy, or FBI's Most Wanted, and then what happens? Like he shoots them in the back with his plasma caster, thinking he got him, and then all of a sudden, like surprise, he's at a vest in there. So it's the changing of the tactics. Like, okay, like I got to take that into account next time because this guy did this thing, which I didn't suspect that could have been an option. Got his spine ripped out because he was fucking pissed at him, but
I'm fine with it for the fun of the movie. It's just because every other Predator, like most of them are army guys, soldier guys. You know, the most you could kind of skirt to is like Danny Glover, the cop. But still, it's like he's in a fucking war zone in Predator 2. That's no regular Los Angeles. That's Los Angeles under war. So that's why it's like every other time they're picking those type of
Topher
ones.
Grace was a doctor in Los Angeles. That's
Was
how
he
they-
actually?
No.
Oh, okay. that explains it if he was in that Los Angeles. So, which is weird because like I never knew this because I was looking up stuff. Taylor, I'm sure you knew that this actually still takes place after the Predator in the canon, which is really weird. It's like the Predator happens and then Predators happens. Technically, this is like the last in the canon right now.
I didn't know that. I didn't actually like look that far, and I everything after like Predator, I just anthology. I haven't really placed it all in the timeline, especially because this hasn't had any like succession to it. Really, it's just kind of stood in its own
Why?
parallel.
Yeah, I
right?
guess. Why would you put this one as an anthology? Because like it could easily be a sequel. It doesn't hurt the first one. They just allude to the first movie, like, hey, this guy survived and he talked about this alien. It doesn't.
I listed it as anthology just because like they all these films, they always just seem to reference the first movie. They don't seem to
it's
just
the best one. That's why.
If it was like a direct inline sequel, I'd be like, okay, we got Arnold back, we got the whole not the whole crew.
That's supposedly who they wanted for Fishburne's character because he was an
that
off-
and Danny Glover was
Yep.
the other, I believe.
Though yeah, those were the two. I don't know why Danny Glover didn't do it, but like Arnold, he was in Office, and that sucks because I think that would have been a Now I wouldn't have wanted the route we went with Fishburne's character is like he's kind of a coward and like 6 mouths to feed, 6 mouths. But like I wouldn't want that. But like if you were to put Arnold back in here and be like, yeah, this is the guy that survived these seasons, that to me would make sense.
He's
and
the
actually,
predator in the tree.
Yeah,
Can
and
you
I actually,
imagine?
I actually don't think they would have made him the way Fishburne was. They got Arnold back, and unfortunately, he was in office. And I hope that Prey does well, and we get more Predator. And Arnold's the last. He's the last piece. We got to get him back one more time before he passes away. You know, they brought him back for 5 fucking times in Terminator. It's time to get Predator now. You know, so
No kidding. Fucking amen.
yeah.
I want to just
Fucking
say that
amen.
because I've never seen the first one, it actually didn't click to me until right now that line about someone in the jungle surviving, being the only survivor, I didn't even click that was actually about the first movie.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, that's kind of a weird thing to mention without any other talk about. Oops.
It's almost like there's a movie before this.
2
Yeah.
movies.
It's good. Yeah, but they don't even talk about the second one. They're like, oh, there was this guy who got on our ship. He kind of hijacked it.
cop,
We gave him a
Just
gun.
regular LA. This is regular LA.
Yeah, you got
More
beat by a
murders,
cop.
mutilations.
Well, technically, there's 4 movies before this one coming out here, Taylor, because Travis said this is the last one.
And then
Yeah,
if
well,
you count
you have-
AVP too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
AVP. So it'd be 6 movies. This would be the 7th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're still waiting for the 8th, right, Taylor? Still waiting for the
AVP
sequel to this
3.
one. No, you know what? Now
Talking
that
about those comics.
with crossovers so big and everything like that, I could see them one day taking another shot at it. A little ways off, but I still think they could because people want to see that. So, what about you, Taylor? Who do you want to talk about in the group? We talked about. I guess you didn't. You talked a little bit about Roy. So if there's anything more you want to add, but if not, you can move us along to someone else.
Oh yeah, it's just as the moment he got into the game preserve, it was just I was just jazzing with him. It was like this guy's just balls to the wall, like mean, lean, killing machine, and I was totally eating it up. And
That's what he's saying in the camera. I'm a lean, mean kill machine, and fuck y'all.
I just like that he stood on his own and he's just trying to get a better lay of the land, and all these other characters that just some of them become too trusting. But with Royce, it was just, let's keep moving, let's head her, and Isabel's like, you want to see something fucked up? And then he's like dishing out facts like the suns haven't moved an inch really since we got here, and the compass thing was spinning all fucked up too. So yeah, I like his character a lot.
Where do you rank him as far as like the leads? Who, like, as far as you got Danny Glover, you got Boyd Holbrook from The Predator, you got Arnold, you got Royce. Not AVP because the group here.
Arnold is definitely my number 1. Yeah, and I would probably put Royce. I could see him sneaking in number 2, and then Danny Glover, and then obviously a chap from The Predator is dead last.
Oh yeah, let's see where Amber Mindhunter comes in for Prey because I think she's gonna be high. So.
Oh, I'm counting on it. I'm just getting super jazzed. Like, yeah. And anyways, I'll save that for the review.
Yep. Who do you want to talk about next, Taylor?
He looks pretty big. Look at that.
He looks pretty
that's a good
big.
angle.
He's got some.
It's that
gains
angle.
going on there.
No, he's
Look at
very
that.
okay.
His
No, there's
arms
a
look
difference.
a little. Just don't look at the
Okay.
arms. I'll edit the photo.
He skipped arm day. That's the biggest one.
Core day, every day, man.
He's just no, that's why I said he has like a runner's body. He's fast, right? He's fast. No, I'm not saying he's not in good shape. I'm just saying that like we're just talking about him compared to Arnold and stuff like that. And I just feel like they just
In
had to oil him
contrast.
up. Like anytime he's walking around, they were like oiling his arms to make him look bigger. Like he could have just like couple more days, like a couple more arm days, look a bit more opposed. But he's fast.
More
That's his
meals. He
attribute.
probably skipped a couple meals.
Yeah.
I do want to say I applaud his effort to put the mud on, but it really did fuck all when you think about it. He barely put any mud on him. But I think he just did it because Isabel said use mud to hide his heat signature.
It was
He's
so
like, yeah,
I'll
you're supposed to
fucking
put
do
shit
that.
all over your body. She's totally
Yeah.
just like
She
trolling
points
him.
to the Predator shit. She's a big green. Oh, and then she's like, "I'm joking. It could have been mud, you fool." But no, like I don't understand. I don't understand. Like the first one, Arnold figures that out, right? That you put mud on him, and I'm not sure if this is because the Berserk one, but you put mud, you can't be tracked. He put mud on himself. He's like, "Kill me!" And you see his entire outline. It's like you did this wrong, sir. Like something's going on here, and that's I
He
don't know.
didn't
Is that
put enough coats?
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah. Because that doesn't make sense. Arnold was fucking dripping in mud in the first one, and he just looks like he rolled around a little bit like a kid. But
Oh, yeah.
do you think, Taylor, that's maybe just because the Berserk one? Because like when he hit the fire, that did more than the mud. Because
Well, I
in the
think-
mud,
yeah.
Arnold, you can't see at all. This, you could easily shoot him over for him.
I think it was just him pulling every ace he had up his sleeve. A horrible attempt at just getting in the mud, and then the fire was the main kicker for him, just to hide the heat signature. So,
That worked.
Yeah,
That was a
that
good
worked.
flashbang for the predator.
Yeah.
I just love when he just kept running by the predator. Like predator's like, "Arr!" And you just see like Roy's like scurrying around like a little mouse. Like
He's fast.
Yeah, he's fast. I'm fast.
Well, you have to think though that if this one is supposed to be so far, and they've done all these things to practice and learn and change. I mean, obviously, when your entire clan is killed out by a guy covered in mud, you figure out how to not have your sensors not pick up a guy covered in mud.
Say that again. Say that again. Say that riddle again.
So the first one,
Yep.
the predators were all killed by a guy covered in mud.
Just
Right.
just one. Like in the very first, it's just one predator. Just one
10
predator.
predators. Just all out war.
Arnold killed them all with his
He
stick.
got on their ship.
Remember me? He killed them with his bare hands.
Covered in mud.
Yeah.
They
No,
fear the
there-
mud man.
So Jessica, in the first one, there's only one predator that goes on Earth anytime. So it's just the one that he outsmarts.
Oh.
That's yeah.
Okay. So in this one, they talk about how every season they take things and learn and train.
Mm-hmm.
So you would think, obviously, when the one predator is killed by a guy covered in mud, they learn and change their sensors to be able to pick up guys covered in mud.
I
So
think
that's
it was,
my logic about why this didn't work.
was
they
it the
did.
mask on or was it just his face? I thought it was the predator's open face when he was looking at
The
Royce.
mask is still on at this point because the conclusive way he finds him is because he flips the sensors to detect heartbeats. It detects where Royce's
Yes.
heartbeat's coming from. But to answer your question, Jessica, they do adapt actually because in Predator 2, you learn that they have a way of seeing. They didn't use mud, but they used these suits that block the heat coming off of their bodies. And they had lights that were using ultraviolet lights. So they weren't putting out heat as well. So no heat was put out, but the Predator caught on to something going on and changed through like a whole cycle of different visions and was able to see ultraviolet light coming from the lights and was able to see where they were. So they do have that.
What I
learning
hate about
thing.
Royce is that he not hate, but just so funny. He tries to like slow down his heartbeat and it does nothing. The predator still just shoots away. He's like fuck, like he sucks. But let's take another ad break and then Taylor has to tell us who we're going with next. So we'll be right back. And we're back. Taylor, who's next?
I want to talk about Mahershala Ali here, the guy that got picked for Blade. This is the role that I think Kevin
guy
Feige's like,
who
we
got
need to get
picked
him in
for
here as
Blade.
Blade.
That is not how that
Kickstarted his
happened.
career.
Remember, he went in and said, "I want to be Blade," and Kevin Feige was like, "Yes, you're gonna be Blade." So he was not picked; he chose to play Blade. That two-time Academy Award winner, Moonlight and
Because of
Green Book.
Predators.
Not
Yeah,
because of
He was
Predators.
picked for Predators.
Yeah, he was picked for Predators.
But yeah, I want to start with his character because right when we meet him, he's just fighting like Walter, just beating the shit out of each other. And
Walter?
Walton.
Walton? I thought it was
Walton. No.
Walton.
That's Breaking Bad.
Walton.
Fuck. Walton. Yeah, he's just kicking the shit out of each other. And I am disappointed that he does get knocked out pretty quick early on.
Knocked
Not
out,
as
that's
quick
a
as
nice
Danny
way.
Trejo, but
Gets KO'd.
he's just, I believe he's in the camp and he's standing there and they're like fighting everything. And then all of a sudden the spears just come up and
Booby traps?
like, yeah, it just gets booby trapped. So what do you
Yeah.
guys think?
Yeah, I liked his character. It was unfortunate the way it ended. This was definitely a. First of all, I did not realize it was Mahershala Ali, and then I could not remember his character and like what relevance he had and what happened to him, and
now you know why.
It probably should have been a bad warning that his fate was not going to end well, and yeah, bit of a bitch death. Like I know it's not his choice to die by a trap, but I would have preferred him to get his just full spine ripped out by the predator. That's a little bit more of an honorable death, I'd say. But
Yeah, I
Is
feel
that
like
how
you always
wanna
have.
go?
yeah, I think so. It'd probably be pretty damn
Not shot in the
Quick.
head to the heart, spine ripped out.
spine ripped
Yeah,
out by
I
like a
feel-
predator though, because like he would do it in the one motion, whereas like a human doing it, it'd probably be messy. Probably wouldn't die right away.
A couple tries, he's just like, "Ugh, I can't rip it out."
Predator though, 7 feet tall, like 500 pounds, they could probably just rip that.
7-inch
7
cock
foot
wrapped around his
dick.
neck. Oh, 7 foot
Around
dick.
his neck. No,
Damn
there's always one character that has to die this way in these group situations, right? It's like the guy in Saw 2 that tries the key in the door and he just gets shot right away, and you're like, oh, luckily that guy sucks, but this is Mahershala Ali. So yeah, I forgot he was in there. Like I said, this was before he was Mahershala Ali, one of the greatest actors of all time. So it's just like when Taylor said that, I was like, oh shit, or Taylor or Kirk, I can't remember who put it in the chat first, but I was like, oh Jesus, I didn't even know that, and I knew he was gonna go pretty soon just because, again, I had no memory of him. I remember Walton Goggins because I love him from Justified, but but him and Walton Goggins, I think they had a good back and forth that I would have liked to see play out a bit more. I thought what they were trying, and I feel like that's what they're kind of insinuating, that Walton Goggins was a little, if not just blatantly racist, and I thought they were maybe going to try and put their differences aside in life and death situations, and they kind of did, because Walton Goggins was like, oh well, that was yesterday, but they just they killed that storyline really quickly. So I thought he was good for what he was in. He was one of the first ones to kind of start noticing some things and whatnot, but it definitely obviously didn't use him to what the potential he could be down the line, so
Yeah, absolutely. I liked everything like around his character. With the Walton Goggins dynamic, I agree that it's like they showed us another layer beneath that onion, but they just didn't peel it back. No. Maybe that's the best way to describe it.
And I guarantee there's some maybe note, or they might have said like, hey, I don't know if that's the place. I don't know if we want you to tackle that in a Predator movie. People are just here for action and stuff like that. So it felt like they wanted to give like a little bit of that, but like, we don't go too far. We don't want to make this too like politically motivated. But I think they would at least had some sort of it. I guess it's kind of funny because it's similar to what Walton Goggins is in Hateful Eight, right? Like that's like the same way with him and Samuel Jackson. So I guess maybe I'm just pitching that because I've seen it done well in a movie that happens about 9 years later and stuff like that. But alas, didn't happen.
He gets in a dispute too with Walton, where he's like, "Give me a gun, come on, man,
Mm-hmm.
you got 2 fucking guns," and he just throws the little shiv up on Ali's like neck or whatever, and and that's when the dogs attack.
Is that Machete that has the 2 guns?
Yeah.
Danny Trejo?
Well,
Yeah.
it was so funny because he throws the knife on Ali's neck, but then Ali just like slowly moves the gun up to his Goggins' neck, and Goggins like, oh, like, why didn't you know? Like, this is what I mean. This guy's not an elite killer. He didn't even know Ali was moving a fucking gun to his head. And he's like, okay, whatever, dude. Walton Goggins did not deserve to be here. A great actor, but the character got taken out pretty easily too. Like he was just a guy they wanted in a prison jump suit. Like he'll look great on the poster.
What a line.
Yeah, and all his
my sister.
all his stuff does it just for me is obviously all cringe stuff. It's stuff that definitely I guess in 2010, but there was the rape in time jokes and stuff like that. All these things where it's just like it's just for shock value, and it sucks because I like Walton Goggins, so like he's delivering these lines as well as he can, but they just don't age well, and you're just like, oh my god, like it was such a different era already at that point. And again, you could have some character talking about these things, but they use them in like a comedic, like that's what I think, and Grace is like, yeah, totally, it's that time, and then he like moves away. So it's a strange choice, but
I feel like his character was really meant to signify that like all these people that were sent here like aren't actually good people.
Yeah.
Like they're actually just piece of shit. Because like if you don't have him, like without the Topher Grace like plot twist, I feel like you could really just say that these guys are just like they're just good army dudes. Like they weren't sent here on any punishment or anything like that. Is that even mentioned in the movie that they were actually sent here on a punishment, or it's just?
No, I think they
Predators
just
grabbed
selected.
them.
Well, and I could say because the other, like the Yakuza guy's probably not a good guy either, right? He's part of
Definitely
a
not.
mob,
He
so that's
talks
right.
too much.
He used to. He doesn't anymore. He didn't say a word until the very end of this movie. Well, not end. He didn't make it to the end, but Jessica,
Honorable
anything
death.
on? Yeah, honorable death. Anything to say on those 2 characters?
So yeah, I have no idea who Ollie is. You guys talk about him. Didn't
Died in the
recognize
booby
him.
trap.
Yeah, I know that much now, but I mean, Travis is calling him one of the greatest actors of all time, and I'm looking, no idea, haven't seen.
He was.
Like, anything
He's
been in.
one more Oscar away from tying the record. That man could probably break the record too.
Well, apparently he was Uncle Aaron from Spider-Verse. So look at
Yep.
that. I know one.
There you go.
Oh, he was in Madden NFL 18 long shot. There you
Oh,
go.
good. that really jumpstarted his career.
So he got casted
He's the
in,
next Blade,
in
Jessica.
Blade, yeah.
If you haven't heard that, he's the next Blade.
I did see that on
Yes.
IMDb, so
Yeah.
I got that at least.
And that's what happened. He went into he told Disney and Feige Marvel that he wanted a meeting. They sat down. He told Feige he wanted to play
I
Blade.
don't know.
And
One
Feige
Feige
said,
just played
"You need to
Madden,
do
and
a
he's like, this
new
guy.
Predator movie."
No, and then Feige's like, yeah, you're gonna play Blade. So that's the power Al he has. He's too good.
I wonder if I can do that. I've never tried, so maybe I can.
Who would you go for though? You have to
don't
be
know.
convincing. You can't do Peter Parker.
I know. I'll do some thinking.
Like I got Wolverine in the bag. I'm short.
Yeah.
I'm Canadian. I can get
You gotta get
Jack
the hair
for the
back.
role. But absolutely, I'll show him the pictures. Be like, look, I've been looking for you my whole life.
Sir, please don't send us your photos.
Yeah.
Taylor's sending in those photos of him with the Predator mask on, just rock hard.
Feige, I can be the next Predator. Let me know.
Put me in Prey too.
You're like, you gotta bulk up, man.
So I do think, though, with his death, so the whole point of what Adrian did, his character Royce, to lure them out, and the fact that he like dies in this trap, and then no one really does anything. You would think they would at least, you know, because he was just standing there, and all of a sudden the spears just like go out, right? Like there wasn't movement. So you would think you would fire towards him. Like, sorry to kill him, but fire your guns at him, because in theory, something had to activate those traps or be around him for those
Probably just a
go
remote
off.
from the guy in the tree.
That must be. So all back to that best Predator in the tree.
I like to just think he like stepped on like a platform, you know, like a very like cheesy like dungeon platform where it's like
That's
a
what I
giant
take it
button.
as, too.
Yeah, he just stepped on
wooden
that.
twig and it just
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's probably what the Predator on the totem was yelling out, because like when they nudged him, he started freaking out. He's like, "Don't step back there, Ali!
Don't step on the tree! You're gonna win an Academy Award. Don't step on the tree.
He's actually just like really nice. That's why he was in there. He's a
Yeah.
pacifist.
Royce is leaving you. He's baiting you. You're a trap.
It's just their language. It seems so aggressive. You know?
That's why he's hung up, because he's a little
He wants to
pussy.
save people. Yeah.
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 He tied himself to the tree because they're gonna cut down the forest.
I will fight no more. No more danger for me.
Don't let me down. Don't let me down.
But okay, well, we'll pretend he stepped on a little platform,
Yeah.
and that nullifies that. But I did like the kind of one real line that he has where, you know, oh, they took one, injured him, make him bleed, make him call out for help, and then kill all those who come to help him. I know because I've done that. You know, it really kind of gives that background to what a piece of crap character he is too. So other than that, don't really remember many lines from him.
If you have the biggest trophies, you command the most respect. That's the one
Nice.
he had.
And he was the one that said, "Stay away from that guy," about pictures and time.
I think it was Nikolai.
That was Nikolai, yeah.
Oh, was
Yeah,
it Nikolai?
Don't talk to
Okay,
him.
well,
Can always trust Nikolai.
so
Um,
and then just to talk about stands, I, as cringy as they were, I still laughed at his terrible comment.
it's kind of like a shock factor thing, right? You're just not expecting him to say that.
I'm gonna rape so many fine bitches. Oh, what time is it? 5 o'clock? Like, I was just like, holy crap. How did we get away with this in 2010? Like, I guess this movie is rated R, but it was definitely not expected. I don't know what he's from as well. He's another person that meant nothing to me, so
Django Unchained.
never finished it.
You never
Oh,
finished
no.
Django.
Oh God. Let's move forward. Let's move forward.
I was gonna say one last thing on Mahershala Ali's character. I liked how he had a similar moment to, oh my gosh, I forgot his name now, from the first Predator, when he's just kind of like seeing something in the trees and then he's just like locking eyes. I feel like I love those moments in Predator movies when someone like kind of thinks that they see something in the trees but nothing happens. But
You ain't afraid of what does he say? Bullshit. You ain't afraid of no man. We're all gonna die.
oh, that age is like fine wine. That's so good. Who's
Taylor,
next?
yeah, I feel like that has to talk about the Yakuza guy. I feel like that's right up your alley, you know?
Oh man.
Before we change, I know where I know this guy from. I've seen one thing. He was the transgender prostitute in Sons of Anarchy.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah, he's
there
fantastic in it.
we go. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, well, as soon as like they're snooping through all the predator stuff or all the like the salvage stuff, I guess I should say, and he finds that samurai sword. Oh, Jesus, it's fantastic. And when he's in that moment and like they play that predator score again, but this time they add like a twist to it. It's just like I don't even know the name of the instrument. It was like it had like a flute component to it or something like that, and it was just like, oh, what's so funny?
Just some guy going hard.
The ocarina.
But it was just so good. And then he turns like, oh, you guys get out of here, and he turns around and he's got the sword and he's standing there. And then I believe this was the falconer predator that came out to play here. And yeah, just that whole scene was just super cool because the predator obviously was like big respects, like, oh fuck, Bud's gonna whip the sword out, well, I'll honor that, and just went to tango and with each other. It was just such a cool scene. I love the choreography of that and everything. And yeah, god damn, it was just super cool just to embrace this. Like, I'm sure another predator is gonna like swoop on down and be like, oh man, we got this fucking dead human here and we got our dead bro over here. Man, some fucking wild shit occurred here. What do you guys think?
Yeah, no, this was specifically like a boss in that app, in that Predator app game.
Yes.
I remember it. I remember, yeah, I remember because he kicked my ass so many times in the tall grass and everything. But yeah, like just like the scenery and everything, it's fantastic. I feel like now on the second rewatch, it's just kind of like random. You just have this Yakuza guy, he finds this like ancient samurai sword, and then he just has like a samurai duel in like the tall grass. It's just like, okay, are we really doing this right now? It's like, why not? We're in a predator hunting ground. Like, this is no pun intended there, but like this is just like a fun scene to have. I liked the epic moment when he slashed that. I feel like again those moments could be seen cheesy, and I like understand they could be seen cheesy, but I still really appreciated it. So that was. That was lots of fun. Taylor, look at this mask.
Oh,
it looks like a paintball mask.
God, I love
gotta get
that. I'd rock that in paintball. It'd be heavy as fuck, but yeah, I love that.
Doesn't look like he has a like a
can't
shoulder
see
cannon
shit.
though. That would have been pretty
No, he's got
anticlimactic if he just shoulder cannon the Yakuza guy.
Indiana Jones style.
he's got the
Yeah.
the drone that he had on his shoulder, I
Oh,
believe.
right.
So that's the thing that flies
That was a
up
cool
and
shot.
like scopes out the area and everything. But
Get a
as that
shoulder cannon for
predator-
paintball.
I think that's illegal in Canada at least.
Okay.
What was I
Fuck
gonna
me,
say? He takes his shoes off too earlier on. Like, that's a bold play. Oh, yeah, I'd keep the shoes on if you could, but
Yeah,
I would.
steps on a twig.
Steps on
Just-
predator shit.
Yeah. What do you
One
guys
of
think?
Topher Grace's poisonous fucking plants. There's lots of those.
I liked him for the fight scene. That's about it. His character doesn't do much else. He is just the quiet one, and just, I don't know. I think he could have dived a little bit more into it, but that's not exactly what I need this movie to do. I think it scratches most of the itches I have. Like, I'm looking for a good action time on the adventure front and stuff. I feel like you almost could have led with this or had him do this earlier and get killed, but I still liked
Yeah.
the scene nonetheless, and it was a cool showdown, and I'm glad he got the kill. He had to sacrifice himself to get the kill, but he still got it. So.
Honorable death.
Yep, honorable death. Valhalla awaits. Anything else on this guy, or move
Anything you
on
want to
to-
add, Jessica? You like samurais?
I mean, it's kind of hard to have much feeling to the character when, like you said, he doesn't say much. I don't think that you can really kill him off earlier, though, with him being a kill for the predator. Like how he kills the predator. If you kill him off earlier, then you lose that. I guess if you change it and have
You put Topher Grace in that position instead.
or Danny Trejo or something like that, right? Have him die instead, whatever it is. I think either way, you're gonna have someone somewhere being a character that doesn't have emotion. You can't have everyone talking all the time. I didn't necessarily think the fight was all that cool in the sense that, I don't know, if a guy comes at me with a sword and I've got a gun.
That's not
just
the
gonna
point, though.
shoot
He
him.
wants to go mano a mano. They're all about pride and win the fight, right? So that's
Yeah.
why he wants to test himself, and he lost that test.
They both lost that test. That's a tie in my
True.
book.
No, I would get. I mean, he did die, but he definitely stood. Like he held his ground, stood there, and let the predator's body collapse first. So he wins that for sure.
No, I don't
For
think
one
so.
KDA,
I think,
that's
I
good.
think you.
That's okay.
I think you either both got the loss or you both got the win. You know, because if your goal was to kill the other guy, technically you both won. You know, so if your goal was to survive, they both lost.
He probably stepped on one of those poisonous fucking plants.
Yeah, he did it. That's what took him down. He's like,
Fucking Ed
paralyzed you
was
in
just, like,
seconds.
he was in the tall grass, just like waiting to get his ankle.
Predator's like, you should have kept your shoes on, bitch, and he dies. Who else have we talked about? Isabel. I like Isabel. She's the perfect, just like good compass steering everybody. She's the hero of the story. It's not really Roy. It's like obviously he's all over the posters, everything like that. And I guess he's kind of the protagonist, but to me, not really. She's the more interesting one, and she's the one that, at least for myself, I relate more to because she's saving the innocent people, or you know, trying to save people and trying to do what's right and stuff like that. And
Hey, you're definitely not as accurate as her. I've seen your kill cams.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying yeah. In a real life situation, you know, I'd probably still have to sacrifice you guys, you know, and stuff like that. No, I'm joking. But no, I mean in the sense of, you know, that's a good thing in Call of Duty. You can come right back, and Predator not so
There you
much.
go.
But yeah, I like the character. You know, she turns Royce over. She has some, you know, good dialogue scenes. Like nothing out of this world crazy. It's not a super well written movie as far as like line dialogue and what you're gonna remember in a week from now. But
Yeah.
I liked her enough.
Yeah, she was great for what they needed her or needed the character to be in this movie. Because yeah, as you mentioned, she's guiding the company along with like a good moral compass. Like she's seemed to be making the right decisions or questioning the weird decisions that Royce would make when, you know, he's being a little sus leader. And yeah, goddamn, she was a sniper. She's like bullseye, man. She was hitting every shot. I trust in her to watch my back.
She hit
And
a tree that
I
one
feel
time.
like, what's that?
She hit a tree one time.
That is
shot
true,
wasn't-
but nobody's perfect, so I'll give her a pass. And honestly, if she saves me like 3 times and then I die on the 4th, I feel like, you know, I'm living on borrowed time at that point anyways. Like she saved me 3 times, so. But yeah, like I feel like also when she was filling in like random stories of like, oh, like we have this guy that, or heard about this guy who's Arnie, like he's the one that survived. Like she fit that role good to just have those stories. So that was good.
She's ready to blow her brains out too.
Yeah, that was okay. You know, bit of a coward's death.
You're
I
there.
don't- you never know.
You're there.
Walton
You're
Goggins,
Topher Grace
man,
in that position, and she's about
he
to.
activated that quick time event when that dog was on him. He was stabbing the shit out of the dog. She
No.
was ready to just off herself.
Nah, I disagree. If you're coming to me and you go, okay, no matter what, you're gonna lose in this situation, and it's gonna be
You don't know
mauled.
that?
What? You
There's
don't
a small
know
chance,
that, but
but-
there's a small chance. But to me, I was completely in her camp as far as get mauled to death by this dog, maybe taken somewhere and worse unto you, or just kill yourself and feel probably relatively no pain.
So
she
what
made
distance
the right choice.
do you go to shoot yourself? Like if you're seeing it, it's like 100 meters.
I think
away.
she was at
You're
the
like,
right. No, she was at the right distance. That thing was so close to her, where it looked like there was gonna be like that thing was gonna pounce on her. So no, I think she made. I had that even in my notes to shut that out. That she made the right call there.
But Walton, though, I mean, yeah, shouts to him. He
Yeah,
he
who-
was like close and personal, and he was just shanking the shit out of
yeah,
that
but who
thing.
He's got
survived?
things to live for.
Walton did.
No, is he? Oh, I didn't see him alive at the end of the movie.
In the dog battle between the two.
yeah,
if
but
the dogs,
that's not
if
what
the
I
dogs,
asked. That's not what I asked. Who's alive? When this movie
well,
ends.
her.
Yeah,
but that's
she's
only
probably
because
dead
the
now.
So I'm gonna
predators.
trust her. She
No,
just shot
that's
herself
only
right away.
because that's because the predators pulled their signal.
I'm
Though
stuck
if we're
with
not,
Royce.
if we're not, we're going like the full extended scene of the movie here. We're talking just that scene of the dogs attack. That's it. Then we know Walton survives, and then she would have died because she was ready to blow her brains out.
Or at the same time, those dogs would have just kept coming, and he would have died eventually.
He could have kept just stabbing them. He wouldn't have run out of bullets. Just kept shanking them.
I think if
Infinite
2 run
ammo.
up on him, he's done. But yeah, I guess he does it infinite ammo. But you know,
Well, she says the same thing at the end too, when her and Topher are in the pit, and she's like, "Don't worry, if it comes to it, I'll."
Yeah, she's
No,
just
both
ready to
of us.
oust everyone.
fucking kill you good.
So that was actually what I thought you were talking about when you were saying her being a coward. And in my mind, I agree that why would I let them have the like the honor of killing me? Why not just take that away from them? They brought me here to have the fun of hunting me. Take that away. It's the least I can do.
I agree. I wanted to talk about the Russian next because I can't remember why I put this note. I just put when the Russian dies, fire explosion. So I'm guessing I put that in there because maybe it was some bad CG or something. I know he maybe he says a cheesy line or something. But you know, here's another kind-hearted soul character that I didn't mind. Poor guy sacrificed himself for Topher Grace, who was a piece of shit and everything like that. So that sucks. But he had the classic just big old Gatling minigun and stuff like that. And we didn't learn much other than he was a softie, and he seemed like he was one of the nicer soldiers. But unfortunately, yeah, he sacrificed himself for the wrong self. So
Yeah, he's probably done some shady shit. I was gonna say too, like miniguns are not effective against predators. Like every time we see these, or we see this weapon used in these movies, it does not take out anyone.
That
And they have so
dog-
many bullets.
That dog that was in front of him when he used the minigun,
That is true.
His
Yeah.
accuracy was fucking atrocious,
Yeah.
and he expended so much ammo.
Yeah, that was like a less than
Oh, yeah.
10% accuracy rate. It's luckily he had like 900 bullets because
we thought the first movie was
10 of them
bad.
hit.
We thought the first movie was bad when they just unloaded that clip in the jungle.
Okay, that's like multiple guns though. Everybody is just blind firing into that forest in that scene.
It is, but I just feel like this one's even worse because it feels like one goes away or one's dead and they just keep shooting, and then later on I just love when he's like, we gotta load up and conserve ammo. It's like, what happened back there, Royce? What were you doing?
True.
Anything
Yeah,
else on the
no.
Russian?
I don't have much else to add. I liked him throughout the movie. It was I feel like I don't know, like on the surface you see this big Russian dude with a big gun, you just expect him to be this like hard ass brute, but yeah, he was kind of a softie, and he was nice to Edwin, unfortunately. I mean, he didn't live long enough to see Edwin be a piece of shit, but
Yeah.
he died an honorable man. He saved
so-
a not
Fire
honorable man.
explosion.
Topher Grace took his fucking kid's photo too. Like Nikolai didn't even ask for it back. Like he just took
Wow,
the photo.
fucking psycho. Yeah,
Because that's when
I
he's like,
forgot
I got
about that.
kids. He used that photo, Topher Grace, to bullshit his way out. But the one thing about Nikolai that I
Royce
do
is like, fuck them kids.
Yeah.
You're staying here, buddy.
The when Nikolai took that C4 and put it on his chest, and like the Predator was like lifting him up. Yeah, that was just he chanted some line in Russian, which I don't understand, but then just fucking boom. You got the line?
Just 'cause got it.
Hot
I
dog.
googled it. I did. I can't say the Russian line, but it
Oh.
roughly translates to "What a mug you have" as an attempt at "You're one ugly mother fudger."
Oh,
there you
no.
What a mug
It's
you
better
have.
though because it's
That's
in Russian.
good. Yeah, it's in Russian. Yeah.
I think it's a
Doesn't
fun little
detract.
thing. Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't hear it and be like, oh wow, we got.
You can only-
That's
You can only-
three. That's three movies. We
You
had
can
it
only-
in
you can only be
Arnold's.
upset if you're Russian though, and you could translate.
No, I
instantly.
can be upset now. Now every time I watch it, I know he's just saying you're one ugly motherfucker like Arnold again. And just what makes it even worse is Danny Glover said in Predator 2 as well. And,
What
and
about
now
the
I just
Predator?
Yeah, I didn't get. I've thought about rewatching it right now because we're doing these rewatches. I might put it on for sleep, but at least Predator 2 had "You're one ugly," and that turned the Predator one motherfucker.
This one's a complete
The
Russian.
Russian, the Predator's gonna say it in Russian now.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Laughs in his face.
Rah, rah, rah. But yeah, no, that's lame. Okay, fair enough then. But yeah.
Moving
Who
on.
else we got? Danny
got
Trejo. I got
Nolan.
nothing
Oh,
to
yeah.
add. I got nothing to add on Trejo.
nothing to
He's
add.
there
Puts you
because
in
he's
barrel.
Robert Rodriguez's boy. Robert Rodriguez uses him in anything, and here he is. I actually would prefer to be in the movie more, but that's all I have to say on him.
Yeah, I agree.
I like the scene where he's used as a trap. That's fun. And I like the reveal if you think he's alive. But if you've watched Predator films before, you know he's not alive. You know it's just a trap. But I do like she shoots him and he's still like, help me. I would love the multiverse where he's actually still alive and he's actually like, help me. Like
Shoot him again.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, stop. I'm still alive.
Hit my heart. He
Yeah.
just keeps like.
They just keep missing. and he's just a whole clip in him just bleeding out. I thought you guys were elite hunters.
Shoots like right through his arm.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's sad. Sad way to go, man. That would be terrible.
Yeah.
Are we ready to talk about Nolan?
Yeah,
Is
let's
that
get into
Topher
it.
Grace?
No,
No,
Nolan.
that's Lawrence.
7
no-
seasons.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, I was going to say, I got
Didn't say
nothing
his
more.
word.
Yeah. Yeah,
Nothing
open
to-
up, Kirkland.
I honestly, this was something that I completely forgot about. It like honestly, I completely forgot about this character. I completely forgot about like the switch. So when like the cosplay Predator like shows up, and then I'm like, what the fuck? Are we? Like this is like Jurassic Park 3. Like this is some kids. This is some kid. What do you
Fuck,
got?
I love that.
Oh yeah.
That's him in the thing.
Well, I was meaning to ask too, because Travis, you said that you ordered. Was
Not
it
that
this?
one. No,
was it this one?
not this one. No, it was the
Mr.
Berserker
Black.
Predator. It was the Mr.
Well,
Black.
what do I
Thank
have
you.
on screen right now?
That's
This-
Mr. Black.
You were talking about Lawrence Fishburne's bad Predator cosplay, weren't you?
Well, now I'm talking about the one on screen.
Okay. Well, there it
Is this
is.
the one that you ordered?
Yeah, it is.
Did
That's
the
the
one
one,
like
yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne's? Is that the one that you got though?
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah. So it's more like this.
It's pretty
It's still
cool,
great.
though.
It's still
Yeah.
that's a great paintball outfit too. But if you're expecting
yeah.
this
Mm,
and then you get this, I
Yeah.
don't know. You know what. Nonetheless, when he showed up and then it was kind of exciting because again, like I thought I knew this movie, but I completely forgot about this storyline. And then when he has this twist, though, I literally laughed out loud because like he is just such a kooky character already, and then he's just like panning the flames, and he's talking to his little imaginary friend there, and I forget what he says specifically because I watched this like on the weekend. But man, he got me. He got me. Like I couldn't take him seriously. It was so ridiculous, and he's like scurrying away like he's I don't know a rat in his little rat hole, and then sure enough the Predator just finds him in the hallway.
Wow.
But
he's like he's whispering like this is your idea, like 6 more fucking mouths to feed. Like,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's what I said that earlier. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like,
Travis said
you
it
can't do
earlier.
that.
I
6
know,
more
I
fucking
know.
mouse fills. 6 more, and he's just cranking the gas up, and he's got the fire and stuff. Yeah,
Fanning the flames.
yeah, yeah. He just has this little. Yeah, honestly, I liked it a lot. It's fun. It's
Yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne. I think it's a fun twist as far as okay, you meet this guy. He's like the guy that survived these seasons. He's the trusted guy. He brings you in. He's giving you all this information. He seems a little off, but he's still like friendly off. So it's like okay, we can trust him. And then the turn happens. So it's not a big chunk of the film. It's actually a detour that I quite like, and I think it's a
Yeah.
fun one. And I do like that he's just like. He says something to the Predator, just like, I've been waiting for you. You finally, I think he says, you finally found me, big dog. And then he just blows him
Yeah.
up, like insta blows him up and everything like that. So
Yeah.
I liked the whole segment.
I will say too, like I did like when he was initially like there, and then he's just talking really quietly, and then he's kind of just like, if I can hear you, like they can hear you, and then like that whole secrecy,
smelled
and,
you since you
and then I like when he brings them to the base. I always like when like. I think that's why I like Jurassic Park 3 actually, is because there's this like chaos going on, and there's these little like hideouts like hidden away. That's always fun for me. So I feel like I like that. But then when he just he did that twist, six more fucking months. God,
some people are particular about other people touching their shit.
yeah.
Like, what do you do? Like, you're just this guy. He's badass. He's in Predator Tech. He rescues you, and then he's like, "Yeah, no, I'll tell him."
Back.
He's
He's got like porno
man.
mags like all over his. He's like, fuck, I wasn't expecting
Predators.
people. Yeah, he's got. Oh my gosh, he's got female predators on his
Yeah.
walls.
Yeah, look at this one. She's
Taylor,
getting
I
nice,
was,
eh?
I was on that topic. Taylor, I was meaning to ask you: is this canon?
Oh God! Why are
That
those
is from
boobs so
a
big?
specific game, but
Who
female
designed
predators,
that?
They're I don't know. Who
Some
designed that.
horny individual.
I feel like this
Gave
is
them
isn't this
cleavage.
Mortal Kombat related or something?
I have
like
no
that?
idea.
don't know. But
The
there are female
predator
predators
with
There-
triple D's over here.
There are female predators. I gotta find my predator documentary and upload that to the Patreon.
Fuck.
Please.
Hey, what do you think about Lawrence Fishburne?
Oh, he was freaking awesome. Googling that did not. I shouldn't have Googled that.
Holy God, what are you showing me? His head. Come on.
Oh, he's gonna have that one ready.
Yeah. Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne. His character was it was awesome to get that old school, like I've been here for such a long time. Yeah, his quirkiness or whatever just was next level, just talking to himself and everything like that. And it doesn't really kick in, at least until like he locks them in the little room with them, and then he starts talking to himself, and it's like, oh, this guy's kind of fucked up. But yeah, he's what are some other lines he has? He's like 7 seasons, and he looks off to the wall. 10. Wow. And he starts talking about like the alien ship, and he starts laughing at his invisible buddy, like, oh, we haven't thought before about commandeering the alien spacecraft and who's gonna fly it. And it's just whispering all this shit. But yeah, he it seemed like he was just embracing death in that moment, talking to Big Dog, and was just ready to go. And
I mean, it's probably a
went.
relief for him, honestly. Like that's not much living, like in that. where does he shit? He's probably just shitting by
Well, it
where
was a
he
big,
sleeps.
big mining thing. He probably had a few places.
No,
could shit.
where does he shit? Or you said shit. Okay, you know what I was saying.
Yeah,
I thought you
he was
meant
shitting all
yeah,
through. That's
all
what
the
Royce
ship.
was using.
I found this bucket of mud.
That's no mud.
Odd time to come back.
Let's take another ad break, and then we'll probably be back with some final character shots, final thought scenes, etc. So we'll be right back. And we're back. Jessica, we were just discussing Lawrence Fishburne's character. He's the guy that's been there for 10 seasons. You know.
Is it 10 seasons? I could have swore he said 7 seasons.
He does it first, and then his invisible friend makes him say
Reminds him.
10. Oh.
Okay, my bad. I'm in the same camp as Kirklin that I didn't remember him at all. So I actually kind of ruined it for myself because I searched up Predators and his name popped up, and I was like, "What? Where is he?" And I didn't remember where he popped up, but I didn't fully expect him to go all crazy and turn on them because I didn't remember his character, so it was a little bit of a surprise there. And I think it's kind of needed in the sense that it gives the samurai his sword and the convict his vest, so that way he can get shot, things like that. But overall, I think it's kind of a fun idea. I think you've been there long enough that eventually you do start to go crazy, and if you've got no one else to talk to, converse to, making up an imaginary friend is probably something that would happen. But I don't know. I think he's really just kind of a vessel to move things forward more than anything else.
There you go. Anybody? Because we didn't talk specific. I feel like we talked about Topher Grace, but we didn't. But was there anything that specifically we want to say on him? If not, we can move on to somebody else.
Completely forgot about that twist. Like, completely. So when that happened, that was another. It was just ridiculous. I feel like the whole movie, I was waiting for, or not even that. I was just like, everybody fits but this guy, and it just doesn't make sense. And I didn't for one moment think that there was a twist. So I just felt ridiculous when it happened, because it's like, of course this nerdy guy is actually like a fucking body eater or something. Like, who knows what this guy does? He's just very weird and kooky. It didn't make sense, but then when the twist happened, yeah, I was like face bombing. It wasn't. It's not even like I laughed at it. It was just like, of course.
When Royce was like, they're all killers or they're all players, he doesn't belong, referring to Topher Grace. You're like, yeah, it doesn't belong. You just went with it.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I think when he twisted in my mind, I'm like, why is this even happening? Like, what's his plan here? He's just gonna kill Isabel
He
and
wants
then
to stay.
like, I don't know, man. Okay. Oh, fair
I
enough.
like the twist, but it is weird at the time where it's just like they're already dead to rights, and she's like, I'm just gonna kill you before the predators kill you, I guess. It's like,
Yeah.
cool, bro. Like, I guess that's it. So I think they could have. I like the twist. I think they could have used it at a better moment. So
It
Yeah.
was interesting when they used him as cannon fodder. They just decked him out with grenades, and it was very brutal too, because
They
the
turn
predator
around.
was just like walks up to him, just extends the blade, and just like pushes it into his back, and then just pulls it out. It's just brutal. Fuck.
and he just has like every grenade that's ever been known to man attached to his body.
Thermal
Oh,
detonators.
Fuck yeah.
I think. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that at the beginning, definitely I remember there being some kind of twist with him, but I couldn't remember what it was. So you kind of watch the movie going, oh yeah, he's the medic. He's there in case all of these people fighting get injured against the predator. He can help so they can fight longer. But then when he gets Nikolai to go back and help him, and then just completely leaves him, at that point you're just like, okay, what the fudge is wrong with this guy? You're supposed to be the medic. He didn't say like, no, leave me and go. He just left him at that point. But I just completely don't understand why paralyze Isabella. What is the point of it? I don't. To me, that the twist is great, unexpected. How they revealed it doesn't make sense. It kind of
Maybe he was gonna like offer her up or something like that to the predator, like make
We'll
make
never know.
amends. Yeah.
I have to wait for
Does
that
it-
what if episode.
Does it make sense to anybody? Like,
No.
do you? No.
It's just
Okay.
it's just for the twist to me, just to do like, oh, this is the guy who's been Shay the whole time. But again, yeah, I guess he could kill her, but then he's just gonna get killed right away. So
Maybe
no
he
idea,
thought it
really.
was 5 o'clock or something.
maybe, but unfortunately, it was Predator clock.
He said that she could feel everything. So he was looking to feel everything too.
I hope not. He just felt a bunch of explosions. So I look at the cast list. We went over everybody. So is there any moments or anything we wanted to shout before we get to our final thoughts or ratings? Go ahead.
Yeah, I like the looks of the Predators in this one. We had the Berserker one with the nice little like jaw pieced onto his. I feel like that's just such an intimidating look. That was pretty badass. And as you mentioned, Taylor, like the Falcon Predator guy with that device, that was pretty badass. And again, I love gadgets, and whenever I see like a different gadget from the last movie, I feel like I'll at least give it a plus point for that. So I like that being showcased. And then the other one that took out Nikolai, did he have any like special like things with him, Taylor? Like a special ability or something, or you just had like a boar tusk helm? Could probably just like headbutt people, I would imagine. He looked a little bit smaller than the other ones too. Unless I was
Yeah, he had a
mistaken.
plasma caster. He was just a tracker. Yeah, because we
okay.
have all their names. We have the Falconer, we have Mr. Black, who is the Berserker, and then the Tracker, and then the Classic Predator. But let me do a quick little
The
check
classic
here.
Predator. Is that the
Yeah,
one in the tree?
that was one on the totem. Yeah, the Tracker though is also known as Flusher or Dog Handler. So he's the guy that was kind of working with the dogs, which makes sense.
So
I think he would prefer dog handler, not flusher.
the Flusher.
call me Flesh Boy.
Yeah.
So the classic Predator, is he the classic Predator because he was like a different race than those other Predators? Because they had like bug eyes, sort of, like the Berserker did when he took his helmet off?
They referred to
like a
they called him the
different-
classic Predator because it's kind of tribute to Jungle Hunter, which Jungle Hunter was the name for the original Predator. And so when you think of like, they just call him classic Predator because he is the classic Predator, basically.
But it's not the same one. That guy got murked.
No, not the same one, but like
Yeah.
same part of the same
Species,
like,
or
yeah,
subspecies, whatever
grouping
the hell
of
they are.
them. Yeah.
And then again, this is where I asked all my lore on the Yautjas. Are they just like all from the same planet and they just live in different burrows or something? That's why they look differently.
That's where
or?
it's no,
convoluted.
the two species are from different planets, and as far as I believe, like predators have different worlds they live in. And that's one of my favorite things too with Alien vs Predator Requiem. You get a glimpse at like the Predator home world, and you see like tons of ships like on highways and stuff. It's fucking awesome.
So this
Lava
is just a
pouring
planet
off.
they've taken over and they use for like hunting.
This
game
is,
stuff
and
like
that's
that?
something I like too, because you have like the old mining equipment that Nolan was hiding in, and that it could be from the Predators. I don't know. I think it's from just another alien race that was just mining there at one point. Predators came in and just made it a game preserve. So
So how come there's the two tribes that are sharing this planet that are game preserved? Don't you think?
I
the
wouldn't
one
say they're sharing.
Because
No.
that other one was just on display, right?
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. How did that happen? At one point, one of them had to take it over the planet as like a hunting preserve, and then which tribe came after to like retake it over?
I
didn't
told
they
you.
just-
That
why-
guy was. He
why
chained
didn't-
himself to the tree.
Why
He
didn't they
want-
just go get their own planet? You know.
Well, I think it was just a matter of this one predator was just abducted or taken, and the the berserker predators just strung them up, and this is their planet that they rule with. So
Sucks to suck.
Yeah, I'm excited to get to Requiem.
Yeah,
I don't think
one
I've seen
day.
it. I feel like I've started it, and it was like a cam version, and I'm like, nah, not watching this.
well, I feel like it's up your alley if you, if you like Jurassic Park 3 and stuff. Then yeah.
Hell yes.
Shout
I have
out
no more
to
notes.
That actor playing two predators too.
Ooh.
In this movie.
Yeah, he
Good.
did the Berserker and not the Falcon, but the other one.
The Flusher.
The Flasher.
Who you play in the Predator movie? The Flusher Predator. All
No,
right,
he didn't
Jim.
say that. He just introduces himself as the Berserker.
Yeah, I play the dog handler. It says here on the credits that you're the Flusher. No, I'm definitely the dog handler. All right, Flusher. Anything else to shut up before we give our final thoughts and a rating?
The one other major scene that I really, really loved in this film was
Major
when they
scene.
were coming up to excuse me, they come up to the ridge, and no one's died yet, but they come up to that ridge, and they just that score, it kicks in, and it's just so epic. You just crank that fucking bass, and they're just looking like they don't even cut to what they're looking at, but like Walton is just like his closing his eyes and like whoa, like reopening them, and everyone's just gasping for air, and then it just cuts to like 2 planets in the sky, like total. And again the CGI.
Do you remember what Roy said?
What's that?
Do you remember what Roy said?
Fuck.
It's too late.
We're gonna need a new plan. But no, it's incredible scene. CGI was immaculate for me. I loved it, and yeah, it was just visually. That's a beautiful wallpaper there. Like, just I couldn't imagine being in their shoes.
Have you made it a wallpaper yet?
I'll make one for you.
No, I said, have you made it a wallpaper?
Not
yet?
for myself, but I will for you.
I don't think it's a beautiful wallpaper. You said, so I just feel like it'd be right up your alley to be putting that on your phone. You know?
I'll make some for all you guys.
Can't wait to see it.
I really like that moment because it just realized like how fucked they actually are. You know, like you can't just get to a shoreline or something. It's like, oh, okay, I'm trapped.
Weird.
I'm not even on the
Really
moon.
fucked.
Like, where the hell do I even go? Like,
And the one
don't
ship
even
you
know.
had, and like, how did he fly the ship away without it being in it? Was there just autopilot or something?
It's
I think
Predator
it was just
Attack.
autopilot.
It's Predator
That's,
Attack.
that's why he like selected that it was going to Earth.
Yeah.
So he just jumped out last minute.
Or didn't he?
What do you
didn't
mean?
go
Who
on
jumped
it.
out?
Because Adrian Brody, I guess,
Royce.
he either didn't go
Brody.
on it.
Oh yeah, he was about to go
Agent.
in it.
I think
He
he said
didn't.
Agent Brody.
That is his
Like,
name,
what do we-
Agent
what do we
Brody.
What's his
call him
name
now?
now after he killed the Predator?
I'm Agent Brody. Yeah.
That's pretty
Um,
badass.
And one other thing too, just that other alien that was killed too. It would have been cool to see more of the other like species dropped off, but I like that it's not just limited to just humans on this planet. It's a whole variety of different species, and that thing that was just kind of murking around. It's very reminiscent of the initial suit that was from the original Predator design. You can kind of see it in like the way they design like the face mask and stuff, a little bit like that. Very different in its own right, but similar in some regards. But yeah, very cool concept.
I think you're right. I don't remember it. I don't remember it, but
you
I
don't
think
remember
you're
it?
right.
It's
No,
the
but
river
I think
monster.
you're-
Okay, well, someone else go. I'm gonna pull up a photo.
Oh, I shouldn't have said anything there. You know, it was almost getting that. Anybody else have anything else to shout out?
I have no more notes. They are depleted.
Jessica.
No.
Okay, here we
This
go.
is chasing Topher Grace.
Oh yeah, I remember a little bit. Okay.
Yes.
There's a side-by-side comparison.
Right, right. I see. Was that John Claude in there?
Yeah, this was the original Predator, Jessica. Just so you know,
I'm so glad they changed that.
I am too.
Especially like if it would have been the original, you know, because that would have been like,
That's the look.
that's the classic Predator when you see Buddy attached to the tree.
That
Would
would
have
be
been this
him.
guy.
Yeah.
I feel like this is an elaborate prank, and that is not at
Nope.
all true.
That's what
No,
he
it's
looked
real.
like.
That's
Yeah,
100% true.
And that was actually John Claude Van Damme as well. There's a lot of lore behind it. So, who's this guy just holding a fucking fish in the photos?
I don't know. River monster
Jean-Claude
predators.
Van Damme.
This guy's a predator to the river monsters.
The river goes just first in the images, but then all these
The
other
fish
things
are
pop up.
posting about this guy. Look out for him. He's fucking up our whole colony. It's the same guy. Who is this Anthony Hopkins looking motherfucker?
It's
My
River
God.
Monsters guy.
God.
You don't watch River Monsters, Travis?
No, is this a real thing? Are you punking me?
No, that's a real thing. Look at that.
I think it's
Oh,
on
Animal
Disney.
Planet.
Go watch it
there you
now.
go.
Yeah, it's
I
a
don't
thing. I'm
play.
pretty sure
Fuck.
my stepdad watches it.
All right, get this off here while I drop my final rating here. There's not much more I could say. It's an enjoyable movie. It's a good action movie. It is a fun, like I said, introducing new concepts with the Predator, planet, different species, different types, the whole lore as far as the hunting ground, stuff like that. I think it's all cool stuff. It actually is something that feels refreshing to the Predator stuff and not just, Predator trying to kill these people, for some odd reason. So, I really like it. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. That's the route where I'll come back and watch it again. And I will watch it again. I think it's kind of, right now we're doing for the retros, but I feel like every once in a while it's like, okay, I got to do some Predator watches. And I was looking forward to watching this one, and I liked it. Of course, yeah, there's some CG doesn't look the greatest. There's some character moments that you're like, we talk about Topher Grace and others. You go, there's some stuff that isn't dated the greatest, but yeah, 7 out of 10 for me. That's where I rank Predators. And well, I guess I won't say where I rank it because we'll wait till we watch them all to give our letterbox sort of list. But yeah, 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
It's my favorite Predator.
Oh, there you go.
I'll throw it out there. It's the top number
Wow.
one.
You've seen? Okay.
Good
yeah.
thing you
Seen
watched
the
all of
Predator.
them.
Yeah,
You've seen the Predator.
Accurate rating.
An AVP. Wow.
Oh, if we're including AVP, I don't know. I'd have to
That's a
rewatch
good one.
AVP.
Wow.
When we do our
really
Alien
fits.
retros
We'll
and then
get
our
there.
Alien vs. retros, then I'll add that in.
And the Predator
But,
versus Predator, like Travis was shouting out earlier.
Yeah, well, that was already in this one.
PvP. Yeah. Oh, right. Never mind.
Yeah, great movie. I had fun rewatching it. I don't know that I will ever rewatch it again because unlike Travis, I don't know where he has the time to watch as much as he does. I'm not so luxurious in my movie rewatching abilities, but it's a fun watch if you haven't watched it and for some reason you're listening to this retro debating if you should watch it and you've made it this far. I recommend watching it.
That's very you said because there's lots of times on Twitter there's this like trending tweet that comes up where it's like name a movie you've seen more than 7 times. I'm like, why is that a thing? Why is that like oh fuck I can see it's like I've seen too many movies more than 7 times, so I don't know what that is, but lack of sleep.
Yeah, I'll go next. I quite enjoy this movie. I haven't revisited since that first time until now. And I don't know. I'll probably will throw this on at some point. I feel like it's fun enough. Just like I don't know, the action being in the jungle. There's fun enough action sequences to just throw it on.
You like to be in the jungle?
I like to be in the jungle sometimes. I like to nap and then wake up and I'm in the jungle. I feel like where am
Just
I?
falling,
Yeah.
free falling.
Ah! Just wake up screaming.
Land in some shit from Lawrence Fishburne.
I hope not. God, that'd be a nightmare. But yeah, this one's fun. I think I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I think some goofy things with like Lawrence Fishburne's character just. I don't know. Like I get it. It makes sense. It's just it really threw me off. And Edwin's turn, Topher Grace's turn, really was not needed at all in my eyes. But alas, I think it's a solid Predator installment. The Predators were looking good. I'd love to now that we're like, what year was this movie? 2010,
2010,
something like
yeah.
that.
12
Like,
years ago.
Like coming from the first Predator in the 80s when they would have like the thermal vision, and then now like oh man, it looks good. You know, like all that stuff looks fantastic.
And you know what? This is the first time. Obviously, we've only done the first 2, but both of them are like, man, they don't do the cloaking device well. They haven't nailed that down. I thought this movie nailed the cloaking
Yes,
device down. It
absolutely.
looked fantastic. Where the other ones, it's like, yeah, you guys are trying your best. And I can't remember what it's like in The Predator. So, like I said, I might watch it again. But that's what I'm excited for with Prey is it'll be older, but you'll have this new tech now. So
Yeah, absolutely. And I didn't get some weird London Drugs first aid kit, repair job like I did in the other one. So
no, you just got
That was
the
good.
CGI was a little wonky there when the Predators were getting stuff cut off. Like that when that one got his head cut off, man, that just looked like a complete CG model for lots of it. So, but small budget.
That green blood, neon green blood.
That's what they bleed,
I love that detail. That's fantastic.
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Taylor Field, what you doing for this one?
Yeah, this movie is, again, absolutely legendary. I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10 because, talking about certain things that didn't age well, I'm not going to slap a 10 out of 10 rating on Bitch Rape in Time. That's not good. But I am going to go a full 9 out of 10, though. It's got so many other components that I love to see brought in and added to the overall Predator universe, and just getting the whole concept of a game preserve on another planet, and just some of my most favorite scenes of all time in cinema was really good. It's overall a fantastic movie, what they tried to tackle with these characters and stuff, and it's something I'm gonna watch again and again and again. As far as Predator movies go, it's definitely the one that I would watch the most, just because it's an easy watch and it's just got a lot of scenes that I really, really like. I like how it starts off with, okay, we are familiar kind of with what's going on. We can really get into this, and it still has so much mystery at the same time. Yeah, but it's something I wish that we always got a sequel to. I don't know if you saw the comic book stuff I was sharing earlier, Kirklin, but there's some stuff here where they have like romance, Royce and Isabella, and then Predator like interrupts while they're like getting it on, and
God
Roy
damn.
starts rocking Predator tech and he's doing the Predator cosplay thing. But there's
a
a lot
journey.
of cool stuff. Yeah.
I like it.
Well, there we go. We've done it. So, yeah, like I said, next week will be the Predator re-release, and then the next one we'll do a live one will be Prey, and then in the newscast we'll do a ranking. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning into this one. I promise when you hear from us next, it'll not be boring.
Peace.
Bye.